Ira, I know you're asked this question every single time. Give us, what are your study tips and what works really?
Actually, that's the main tip. What works for me will not work for you. You and I don't come from the same background. My way of learning would not be the same as yours. So the biggest thing is you need to find out what works for you. How do you learn, whether it is by listening, whether it's by reading, whether it's by observing. Each of us needs to figure out what works for us and stop listening to everybody else give you advice on that.
Very good.
That is the biggest mistake most of us make, and that's how we lose kids at school level as well, because we are trying to teach them.
हम कहते हैं हम तो ऐसे पढ़ते थे.
हाँ, तो तुम भी ऐसे ही पढ़ोगे, because we keep assuming that everybody is a clone in certain respects, and that fails us all around. So my first thing is figure out what works for you. What methods, and secondly, for people who are preparing for any kind of competitive exam or boards or something, you cannot study by number of hours. You cannot tell yourself, I've studied 5 hours, so I've studied. No. Because the minute you plan your day according to the number of hours, what you're doing is you're saying that I will sit, suppose you want to study for 12 hours, you will sit and stare at a single page for 9 hours. You will sit and stare at one page for 9 hours, and then you will say this subject is horrible, I hate it, I cannot understand anything. Because obviously in 9 hours you've studied one page. You obviously will not like it. And because your target is to sit in front of the book for that many hours. If you twist it around and you make your target that I will finish 5 chapters, or 10 chapters or 12 chapters, you will actually study, because now your target is about how much you've studied and not about how much time you've spent in front of the book. Because in the exam, the only thing they're asking you is actually what have you studied, not how many hours did you spend staring at the same page. So that's another thing that I would like to tell all kids. Stop. And parents should also not force the child to be in front of the books all the time. That doesn't mean they're studying. I know of so many people who used to study for 12 hours, and they would pass by barest margin. So obviously if your child, and the parent feels my child works so hard and oh my god, they're not getting marks. So actually what you need to do is, what is your productivity rather than what is the, that's that input and output thing. One of the biggest things that we've figured out over the years in government schemes as well is that we keep measuring the inputs instead of the outputs, and that's no way to measure things. It's finally the output that really counts.
So should you take a lot of practice tests? How should you study that?
I don't think that, I don't work on practice tests.
Okay.
I'm not someone who ever took any. So, but there are some people who need them. That gives them confidence, that helps them realize where they're going wrong. So it's a very individual call. There can't be one rule fit all.
So figure out what you need.
Yes.
Figure out what works for you.
Yes. Try everything. Try whatever, and then figure out what helped you learn the best. Because the target is to learn and not really to spend that much time.
Mug up for the exam.
Yeah. It's not about time wasted. It's about actual productive results. So that's what I think.
Thank you.